Hello, welcome to Hitc Sport, and yeah, that's it. I'm done. Yeah, it's true. I'm leaving Hitc Sport. I've handed in my 2-week notice, so I'm gonna continue doing videos until then, but on the 14th of March, I am walking out the door. But don't worry, okay, because I'm not leaving football YouTube. Alright, I'm not going to explicitly advertise where I'm going. I mean, that's a bit tacky to do it on this channel, but yeah. I'll still be doing my daily football content. You know, the football origins, the skits, and so much more. And without sounding like some new age backpacking hipster who treats horoscopes like the chapters of the Bible, I'm starting a new chapter. A fresh new journey on my own channel. I mean, again, I'm not going to blatantly advertise it here, but I mean, just Google the Irish guy. I'm pretty sure you'll find it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, March 14th is the day that I make the big switch over from this channel to that. Launching it as my own football channel, right? Well, enough of that, okay? Because I realize that right now I'm bombarding you with information, right? I mean, you probably got sensory overload. I mean, you weren't expecting this. I mean, you just wanted to log onto the internet to watch me rant about Carlo Ancelotti to Man United. Or the fact that Chelsea fans now feel the same way as me when my dad walked out to buy the Cocoa Pops before Halloween 2006. I mean, for you, being told I'm divorcing HITC, oh, you're probably breaking out in a seismic sweat. But please, okay, please don't vomit into your bowl of Frosties. Don't now walk outside in front of a moving bus due to a fear of abandonment. This is weird. This video doesn't really have a structure, does it? Because even I'm a bit shocked. I mean, it feels like I'm announcing to my children that I've just split up with their mum and that they can now find me sleeping in a 2-star hotel exclusively for single middle-aged men, right? And washing my shorts in the faulty sink under the stairs. I mean, does this mean that you're now going to fail all your exams? I mean, are you now going to stroll into your biology test looking like a human corpse? I mean, huge bags under your eyes, having spent the previous night ripping chunks of hair off your scalp, right? Listen, I will tell you why I'm leaving and what my future plans are at the end of the video. But first, let me bring you back to the beginning. For those of you who don't know, go back to October 2016 and I was living in a rat-infested Sunderland flat above a sandwich shop, living on a diet of out-of-date yogurt, custard creams, and whatever I could find in the bins outside the local Indian takeaway. And honestly, if you opened your front door, you'd most likely find pigeon vomit on your doormat. So I wrote into HITC asking, begging for a job. Actual begging. I mean, cries up, I was used to using old hoodies as a pillow. I would have taken a gig scrubbing the CEO's armpits with a flannel every Wednesday night. Anything. But this faceless boss, for some reason, suggested that I start a YouTube channel for the company, doing fan cams, and to send in an audition tape, right? Play the clip.
Hello and welcome to HITC Sport. It's been a predictable week of football. Nigel Pearson's got himself in trouble, Paul Pogba's got another haircut, and I think, did an international manager lose his job? With David Moyes having started so poorly at Sunderland, having not won a game so far, would Sunderland fans like Big Sam back? Let's go find out.
Yes, that blurry, mumbling video actually earned this sweaty Irish fraud a job. Just what? How? Over the next few weeks, I travelled the country every weekend on a mega bus that mostly stunk of sweat and cat piss, doing fan cams at Wembley, Anfield, the Etihad, Celtic Park, the King Power, Old Trafford, Stadium of Light, St James's Park, everywhere. Oh, and by the way, one of my earliest videos was when I interviewed the fans outside Ellen Road in November, wearing nothing but a t-shirt. I mean, clearly I had the brains of a prematurely born goblin, right? So yeah, imagine trying to lift the camera for 2 hours straight in the Yorkshire winter, whilst dressed like something off JLS. I mean, it prompted the boss to look at that footage that looks as though it was filmed by an epileptic penguin, and so demanded I get a cameraman. And guess who that was?
Well, I've got a box of paper, an Adidas box of trainers, books. The Joey Barton autobiography's here. It's a good read, do recommend.
Yeah, the good old James. A good mate who I was playing football with every weekend, and who was also writing part-time for the company anyway. By the way, quality centre midfielder. A bit of a ginger zabby, who screams until his veins turn black when you don't pass him the ball. I mean, to be fair, on average, I pass the ball about as often as Russell Brand takes a shower. I mean, honestly, I'm the Irish nanny. He used to call me an actual bird brain. To be fair, he probably had a point. But I mean, he was the reason I even found out about HITC, when he was posting his articles on Facebook. And I suppose, if he had never done that, I'd probably be currently walking dogs for a living, whilst trying to survive on half a box of Ready Breck and 9 tins of tuna every week. And you'd probably all be subscribed to Football Daily. Oh, doesn't that thought alone just make you feel like ironing your own tongue?
Have I enjoyed it? A little bit.
But yeah, James came in, and initially we were both trying to win permanent contracts with my boss. We had the genius idea of trying to start match predictions in his living room. Yeah, we were trying to compete with Poet and Vooch like this.
There's been a bit of an upturn in fortunes for Manchester United and Jose Mourinho.
The Everton game was really bad.
They're playing well though, aren't they? It's better football than under Louis van Gaal. That's what they want. 90 million Paul Pogba, how do you think he's playing? Scored a wonder goal against Swansea a few weeks back. Hasn't done well since then.
He's Manchester United's most creative player at the minute.
That's not hard, to be fair.
I'm not doing this if you're just going to disagree with everything I say.
That man is swelled of his death. It's unreal.
Hang on,
how does he have a job in the Premier
listen.
League? How does he have a job in the Premier League and I don't? To go on Tottenham, and that would be Manchester United out of the title race in December.
If Tottenham win, then they are candidates this year. If not,
for the title. Oh, we're still on this.
yeah.
Oh, okay. We've all got our wrong opinions.
Oh, hang on. What are you thinking? You know.
Oh, we're doing me as well?
Yeah, of course we are.
I didn't think my opinion counted.
I'm sorry, what? That's like trying to compete against Lewis Hamilton whilst trying to drive downhill in a wheelie bin.
Someone on the radio suggested Ian Dowie should replace Claudio Ranieri.
Was he ringing from a mental hospital? Was that the...
Unconfirmed.
Was that the number? Oh, okay. Unconfirmed.
Anyway.
Most probably, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that somehow managed to get 500,000 subs. I'm sorry, no, that's about as entertaining as watching two pigs playing chess. Honestly, just horrific. But now, let's look at the first fan cams of 2016. What's the odd one out here? 93,000 views. Yeah, interviewing Sunderland fans, gloating about Newcastle being in the Championship. Can we call this Northeast viral?
Newcastle are doing well in the Championship.
Don't swear at me.
I don't mean to wind you up, but they're doing well.
Don't even talk about them.
Yeah, because they're in the Championship. They're not in the Premiership. We are.
Nobody knows where Sunderland is.
I'm convinced those two old ladies are the people who kept me in a job. But listen, you meet people in all walks of life doing fan camps. To me, I'd already had a taste for it. The previous year, I was on Redmond TV.
He's caught the ball, he's gone to catch the ball, it's in play, it's at least a yellow card, it's a deliberate handball.
Wait for it.
How has he not booked him for that? I do not know. You know what, Daniel Sturridge goes through.
See, that's me. I was already a Hollywood superstar. But when I was doing it, you get some interesting characters. Or simply just old men who can't keep a hold of their chips. But I always remember one of my first ever videos in 2016.
But it's definitely guaranteed we win the Premiership confidently this season.
But that day at Anfield, I saw two other people filming that day and I thought, oh, who's this? Cool, it must be a rival YouTube company, right? Or maybe they work for BT Sport or Sky. I went up to these two lads and said, oh, who do you work for? They said Hitc Sport.
We all know how important Coutinho is to Liverpool, but he's been heavily linked with Barcelona this week. So I've come down to Anfield to ask the Liverpool fans what they think about the potential of losing Coutinho to Barcelona.
Yes, they were the competition. Yeah, apparently my boss had a backup plan. He brought in competition. I mean, this is what could have been the future of Hitc Sport.
Is this the season that Tottenham Hotspur finally win the Premier League? Obviously last year they went pretty close, but how are Tottenham fans feeling this year? This is a different Tottenham, this is a confident Tottenham.
These guys were the end of my job. Surely, I mean, this guy, he had his own professional cameraman. I mean, he had state-of-the-art equipment. He was showing his face on camera. I mean, my boss, within 3 weeks of me starting this channel, he had just appointed classically trained media rock stars. I mean, you want to know the final nail in my coffin? We were both at the same match doing the same job, and these were my views, and these were his. How did I survive this? How is this channel not instead run by the Scouse guy? Tries one even on his own goddamn scarf.
Why would you play 38 game season if you're not in it to win it? Well, that is my question.
Most other teams in the league have to do that. As an Evertonian, we have to do that a lot.
Yeah, if you're Everton or Hull or Swansea, you're battling.
Don't say Everton or Hull or Swansea.
He just assaulted the fan. Keep your hands to yourself. Sorry, even now, 6 years on, and watching this, I still feel like a territorial dog who's just seen a pug come over to sniff his bowl. I remember watching these videos, and I'll be honest, I felt like vomiting out my own kidney. How was I, a grubby little boy, with the filming expertise and experience of a brain-damaged snail, how was I ever going to compete with the Scouse Tim Lovejoy?
Say you've got a daughter, right? And, she comes home with one of the following lads, right? Harry Kane, Cesc Fabregas, or Emmanuel Adebayor. Which one would you prefer to come home with? Adebayor. Why? Adebayor?
I'm still confused why my boss didn't just choose this guy, instead putting his faith in this.
Oh, look at the HITC Sport.
What is this? Anyway, we kept persisting and uploading every day, right through to the summer of 2017, when our boss opened his legs and gave birth to HITC 7s, featuring Alfie, who, just like us when starting out, also sounded like someone who just come from smothering his cat.
We all know transfers are an integral part of the modern game, with the strength of a team's recruitment often coming to define their season.
And soon after that, I did my first ever face-to-camera solo video.
The end is nigh for Barcelona. Start sounding that death knell because the walls are caving in at the Nou Camp. Conceding 4 to PSG. Sack the lot of them. They'll be lucky to make Europa League next season. This was the worst defeat for 4 years.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, absolute wet diarrhea, but there were some nice comments.
Finding this to be one of the best football channels on YouTube. Keep it up, lads.
Cormac Rafferty, whoever you are, thank you. Because we both know back then, this channel was about as entertaining as elephant diarrhea, but thank you anyway for this vote of confidence. Anyway, the channel grew quite a bit in 2017. Me and James were doing our own separate videos. I brought out the concept of football origins and getting help to film them by one Clinton Forward, who soon started his own grassroots company, Roots TV. But I always remember, he was doing fan gams at St. James's Park for his channel, and even in the blistering storms, he kept telling me, go get your camera and do your damn recording. How much do you want it? Great guy, Clinton. You should all go subscribe to him. Anyway, there's not much more to say after that. We just kept uploading. Day in, day out for years, the subscribers grew, and that is all down to you guys. Honestly, I remember at the start of this channel, I had just come back from Middlesbrough and loaded up a fan cam which had 40 views after 9 hours. I rang the boss and literally asked him, what are we going to do? I was almost bracing myself for the sack. The fact it's since risen to 500,000 subscribers. The fact we have breathed down the neck of football daily, you know, after they nicked my Conor McGregor thumbnail 5 years ago, and somehow we've managed to pick up 2 awards. And does anyone remember my winning speech? Play the clip.
Congratulations, guys. How does it feel to win an FCA?
Yeah, it feels great. I just want to say thank you to everyone who voted for us, and yeah, hopefully we'll retain it next year.
Who is this man? And who's the other one? I still don't know. They're holding my award. Who are they? Does anyone know?
You got a message for the fans if they're watching?
Oh, this is awkward.
And who's to thank for this? If either of you had to take the credit for it, who's the weak link here?
Weak link? Gee, I wonder.
I think neither of us. Honestly, the 100% is down to Michael, the Irish guy, and he's built up a committed group of followers and fans, and it's all down to him.
Hey, yeah, go on, lad. This guy, he gets it.
Vote for us next year.
Keep voting, or you mean nothing to them.
Yikes. But listen, there was no big budget, no high quality production. We barely even had a green screen. We were the literal underdogs, and I was just jumping in a lake. And the fact that it's gotten to where it's gotten, that's all down to you lot. Thank you for sticking with us. And yeah, I just have to thank all of you guys. If you had not clicked that red subscribe button, if you had never come back to keep watching these videos, this wouldn't exist. This wouldn't be able to happen. Honestly, this is all down to you. You are a bunch of legends, and I think the army that we've amassed here is the strongest one on YouTube. I mean, I know you're gonna say Mr. Beast, but are they all about 6 years old? So yeah, I want to thank all of you guys. I want to thank the people who've helped me. The likes of Clinton who've helped me with the football origins in the past. Even nowadays, the original African, Niels, Mike, and of course my girlfriend who's also put up with my madness. I mean, she's been brilliant. My mother's been in videos. I've even filmed the goddamn cat. But I know what you're thinking.
Oh, Irish guy, why are you leaving then?
I mean, you're probably all expecting some mega beef or something, right? That I woke up to find my boss getting cats on his lawn. That I've caught him sending my mother bags of his own teeth in the post. No, there's been no fallout. No. Listen, I've had about 3,000 Skype chats with the man. I mean, we've disagreed on some things. For example, he did not think it was appropriate to do a video laughing at Jack Grealish getting punched in the face. To be fair, he might have had a point. But no, me and him have always had a great relationship. Good Christ, he picked me and James over our ready-made Sky Sports anchor. I mean, what? I mean, to be fair, he's always had his Skype off, so I've never actually seen his face. I mean, he could look like Britney Spears in a wig for all I know. I mean, which almost makes him sound like a James Bond villain, right? I mean, for all I know, the CEO of Hitc could very well be my dad. You know, who went out to buy the Cocoa Pops all those years ago. I mean, there's times where I think, is this all a ruse? Is this just my mum with a voice changer app? I mean, what actual no businessman was ever going to employ that. But the reason I'm leaving now, I'll expand on it more in a video on my new channel, you know, The Irish Guy, but it's time for a change. Right now, I want to go out there and be a proper football YouTuber. You know, a self-employed one. Me out there on my own. I really love working for Hitc, and I'm excited to see who they're going to replace me with. I mean, who knows? It could be this fella.
So Adebayo, even though we're at Manchester City today, do you remember that time when he like scored that goal and ran and went in front of you?
I wouldn't want to come in
with trying to throw a chair at him that day, Carlos.
Although, considering he was passed over for an Irish gremlin with the stage presence of a punctured teddy bear, I'm guessing he's probably not going to answer the goddamn phone. But hey, at least maybe you might get the return of James. But I'm leaving. I'm going to start my new channel March 14th. Look out for it. I'm going to do a big announcement video on there. But I've also got 2 more weeks of videos left on my contract for this channel. And then, yeah, I'm going mid-March, transitioning into a different channel. And hopefully you might see me pop up on other football channels. I mean, if anyone wants to do anything, get in touch. But listen, I'll make that video in 2 weeks' time because it's pretty tacky to advertise it here. But as well, it's like explaining to your children that you're divorcing your mom, only to then show them photos of your new wife. It's not very appropriate. But listen, yeah, the big point is, thank you for all of your support over the last few years. This is not the end. Hopefully for me, it's just the beginning, and also for HITC, because who knows? A fresh start, they can get a new set of eyes, new presenter, who else? So you listen, in a few years' time, maybe HITC Sport, not Football Daily, will be my rivals. Hopefully. Anyway, listen, this is not the end for me, it's just the beginning, and the same for HITC Sport. So listen, I've got 2 weeks left here. Let's have a couple of good 2 weeks on HITC, and then yes, I'm gone to my new channel. But listen, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe as always. I'll talk to you in a while.